That's right. Little podcast. Turn that fucking audio down. Alright, so let's get right into it, guys. Oh, yeah, that's right. So that was a little bit earlier in the week. You can see out here in Northeast PA, suburban Philadelphia. It's nice one day. Boom. Next day, it's snow. But in good form, we still have to get out there and train every day. So out here with stick flexibility, and again, a lot of this is just being consistent, keeping the breathing going, keeping the physical body going. I'm not a spring chicken, I'm 53, but just keeping the hinges oiled no matter what. Hitting a little bag here, again, less about hitting the bag, more about the expulsion breathing, more about getting that snot going here in January 2018. So you can hear a lot of my different training, working yin and yang, whether it's underhand sweeps here with the stick in the snow, just working some different footing. Love training in some of that different terrain, and, always going and practicing these same moves, some stick throws. This is just a little bit of yin flow, some yang breathing, trying to stay under control, not too far extended. It's easy to happen, easy to do when you're out there training. So anyway, this is a little stab to archer drill. So keeping the wide base that is earned through lots of hours stretching with the Z stick. And then here, just using all the same principles of yoga, drishti or gaze point, using the breathing to still the mind, using slow, methodical, strong breaths to match the move. So I'm coming here for archer, it's yin. For the stab, it's more of a expulsion breath. Archer, it's yin breath, more like a ujjayi breath in yoga, the ocean sounding breath. So again, a lot of the movement, especially with stick flexibility and Zenhaling, it's working in conjunction with breathing. And of course, with stick flexibility, we have the secret formula. So before I get into that, welcome guys to another podcast. I'm Tim Kelly, creator of Zenhaling and stick flexibility. So I'm just showing you a little bit about some of the training, just me, daily self-maintenance, which whether you're an instructor or just an athlete or somebody who's a performer trying to get better, maybe trying to heal some old wounds, the Z-stick and some of this specific Zen movement system. It's a unique Zen movement system. I created this over a bunch of years and going deep out in nature, using, I'm a yoga teacher, but using all that yoga, all that beautiful yoga training, the yamas and niyamas, which are really the mental attitudes and all. That's why I gravitate so much to like Bruce Lee and the Tao Jeet Kune Do, because of the discipline and the attitude with a lot of it. The movement's one thing, it's the attitude, it's the discipline. That's quite another thing. And anybody will tell you, you can train for sports, but to train for life, to actually then be in purpose and actually train for life, for your own health and wellness, that's really where you're heading if you're in your 20s. But if you're in your 50s like me, that's where it is. So that's, a lot of this is for my own self-maintenance, turning on some of the younger peeps that need it. So they're still, competitive athletics. And I'm feeling great myself. So I could probably go out there and play a couple small games but of course would break down in the long haul. So anyway, need to pass it on to the youth. So anyway, welcome to this podcast. We're getting right into it with the secret formula. Not that secret, to be honest with you. It's something that people have known forever, but a lot of us kind of blaze right by it. So this is the stick flexibility formula for success. And again, what's stick flexibility? It's a unique Zen movement system. It's created by Zenhaling, and it uses a combination of powerful breathing method along with mind sharpening techniques to compound the physical and psychological results. So you can see just here the breathing combined with the Z stick. Then, of course, you have the stick flexibility move, just like in yoga, the asana or the pose. And then you have what's going on with the mental fluctuations of the mind. So, knowing that we have 60,000 thoughts every day, we take 23,000 breaths. So every breath we take, there's about 4 thoughts. So knowing that shattering mind. So when we're talking about mental fluctuations, how to control that, it's simple. Even when we're teaching a lot of times meditations, it's breaking it down into somebody saying, take a breath. Well, what does breath mean? 1 breath equals the inhale, the pause between the time you inhale and you exhale, then the exhale, and then that pause between the time you exhale and the time you take the next inhale. And yogis know this. You pause the breath, you still the fluctuations of the mind. So that's a good thing if it's at the end of the day and you're trying to prep for meditation. But it's also the thing that happens when the emotional excitement happens and it hijacks your breathing rate. And then all of a sudden, you get up to do the speech and you forget your words, or you're a competitive athlete or a performer, and all of a sudden the nerves or the excitement of the moment get you a little bit and you can't quite perform. You can't quite be as loose as you want to be. There's something quite off about your performance. And so a lot of this is understanding that that's what happens. So the pause is also by training yourself to explore the pause. Inhale, fill up on the inhale, and then pause. Let that oxygen bathe your body. Then not being in a hurry to let it go. That's where you start to retrain the mind for the fight or flight. Then the body's not just kicking into, fight or flight moment. And the same with letting all your air out. When you let it all out, maybe just exploring that pause, not being in a hurry to take that next breath. That's just the pause. But again, that's where you're then starting to retrain your nervous system to deal with that fight or flight. So anyway, this is the quick tip, knowing that, exploring the pause, also really concentrating on prolonging the duration of the exhale. So these are some of the breathing techniques that we're going to be going over in stick flexibility training. And it's the breathing techniques combined with the mental techniques. So a lot of the things that you'd find in meditation about how to control the mind. Again, yogis know this, and I'm a yogi. We know this. It's by, using the breath to control the mind. So it's pranayama, which is a necessary function. That's the, rhythmic control of your breath. That's a necessary component of meditation. And you can see up here in this chart, talks about the yoga and the 8 limbs and meditation and where it sits in. Pranayama, which is the breathing, and you have dharana, which is the active concentration. So it could be like looking at a candle flame or, really doing some deep concentration exercises. And then the actual act of meditation. And of course, the asana or the poses, and just like in stick flexibility, the poses, even though you think the poses are really the thing, the poses are really just to prepare your body so that you could sit for long periods in time in meditation without the physical body, speaking out to you. Because a lot of meditation is, it appears to be mind related, but it only starts when you perform a series of gestures with the physical body. And that's the posture and alignment of meditation. Meditation, it's training the mind to go inward to avoid fluctuating until it becomes absorbed. And that's absorbed in whatever object you may be focusing on. So that could be art or some sort of sport or using one of the tricks like the third eye gaze or a mantra or a hand position like a mudra. So there's all different ways that you can start to slow the body down. And a lot of it's really just trying to sit down and meditate, and you have to release some of the internal pressure first. You can't just sit down and meditate. So a lot of times when I'm dealing, I know this for myself, but if I'm trying to turn somebody else on some of the knack or the tricks of meditation, that's it. It's like, you have to kind of get your body in a comfortable position first. So that's good. So you can have good postural alignment. So depending on where your hips are, not everybody can sit in lotus position. So some people just have to find your way of then being able to relax and then, focusing the mind to become completely absorbed. And then it's about, that pure concentration then facilitated by relaxation. And when the flow of concentration is uninterrupted, then maybe the state of meditation can arise. So, there's a little bit of tricks to it, but whether it's meditation, just even in the process of stick flexibility where it fits in the formula, say we're doing a gratitude meditation. Well, even just for 2 minutes, you breathe 15 times a minute. So even if for each inhale that we're doing, each inhale, I'm going to attach something positive, gratitude to each inhale. And then the same, if for each exhale, whatever is holding me back from that gratitude, it could be people, places, poor experiences. So then for each inhale, you're replacing it with the gratitude for those people or places or things or whatever your intention is. So that's kind of the way a lot of the meditations work. And then you can just break them down simply into it's positive self-talk. So if you're just doing a 2-minute meditation, you breathe about 15 times a minute. So 15 times per minute, you're going to be repeating to yourself that positive gratitude on each inhale. And on each exhale, it's, again, whatever is clearing that away. So it could be some of the same things, people holding you back, poor experiences that you're remembering, exhaling them out of your consciousness. So even just doing that as an exercise for 2 minutes, it's positive self-talk, bathing the body with positive mental sharpness for 30 times, and then cleaning the body with things that are probably just negative thoughts that our monkey mind is just repeating over and over and over again. So again, this is some of where the stick flexibility formula fits in. And so if you come to training, that's really where the magic happens. So whether you're a chiropractor or you're somebody who is, working with, personal trainer right now, you might have a med spa or be a masseuse, or somebody like me who's a yoga teacher, but then you also do body work and you coach people up on their breathing or whatever it is. That's where then you can really make a difference by just adding what you learn at stick flexibility on top of what you're already doing. So this isn't about, this is not about having you leave what you're currently doing, but this is to add the knowledge, add the gold of the stick. I'm telling you, it's going to be able to take what you do and your work to the next level. So if you're just a breathing coach, this actually gives you a lot more ability to even loosen people up so you'll be able to affect them even deeper. I mean, even right now, I just came from delivering body work on a client and, but a lot of that is first assessing their body. So I use the Z stick and I put them in certain poses so I can exactly see where their posture and alignment is, where their body's tugging and pulling. So I know where to kind of, at least I'm going to lay them down on their front or on their back or where to start from. So for me, it's a lot that you could use it as an assessment tool, but it also, can make your job a little bit easier. Let them get soft a little bit. Let them work a little bit flexible, just like being in the waiting room a little bit. So they soften up a little bit, do a little reflexology on the feet, and then by the time now I'm laying them down and able to even deliver some of the body work, they already have some breathing going. They already have some flexibility working with the stick. And then even if they're down on the ground, it's moving with the stick a little bit. So it's really magical. If you're a body worker, I can tell you it's really been able to take my game to the next level, and more to the next level of even just my personal training clients. So yeah, okay. Just the personal training clients. If I wasn't a yogi and a body worker, it would still allow me then for my personal training clients to not just put them through kettlebells, not just through talking through a yoga type of practice. So this actually adds, a Zen movement system. And, I picked this because Zenhaling is my brand. Zenhaling is the Zen essence, the yogic path, and the martial spirit. So that Zen essence is, more in the principles of Zen. A lot of the energy work is constant tension in the abdomen. So a lot of the breathing techniques are where you're constant tension in the abdomen with consistent long exhales or expulsion exhales. And it's about bringing that tension into the abdomen to then bring mental and physical stability to the mind, because that's what happens. And Kundalini yogis know this. So a lot of this information really comes housed, and the way I look at it, it's a lot of the same information, but it comes in different disguises. Some yoga, some Zen, some Aikido, some martial arts or Jeet Kune Do, or things that show up even in MMA right now, Muay Thai. So anyway, I'm very excited about this last training. More important is the breathing. So again, what I was talking about before, just even some of these fundamentals, knowing that your breathing's, even a lot of the people out there trying to lose weight, your respiratory functions responsible for eliminating up to 70% of your body waste. So with perspiration, defecation, urination, but it's also peristalsis. So it's actually, your feces going through you faster and you building more lymphatic fluid because you're doing breathing. And, conscious controlled breathing, so same as conscious controlled breathing is the same as jumping on the Stairmaster. So you're doing the same for your body's systemic system. You're moving that. That's why you can lose weight with your breathing, but you're just not working your legs at all. But if I'm doing yoga breath of fire, that builds up a tremendous amount of heat in the body, and abdominal contents are 70% water. So in theory, of course, you bring some consistent light tension to the abdomen with some Zen breathing, with some bamboo exhales, things like that. That's where then that 70% water of abdominal contents theoretically are evaporating. So, if you're a personal trainer, the people who are doing crunches, and I cannot lose my love handles no matter how much I diet or whatever, it could be that you're not breathing the right way. And odds are, if we said take a deep breath, you're probably going to be taking a deep breath up here improperly like this. And that's not right. So when somebody says take a deep breath, it's not up here, it's into the belly first, filling up the belly first. Then up to the chest. So again, it's belly first. Then up to the chest. So again, if you're breathing just up into the chest, you're also bypassing almost 2/3 of the capacity of your thoracic cavity. So anyway, just remembering that, again, this is the key to a lot of the magic of stick flexibility. You don't have to work as hard, and you can really, with the stick, it's, most of the time, then if you're a yoga teacher, you have to be in the studio. This is great for privates. This is great for seniors. I've worked with people in wheelchairs, so just having their arm up like this with the stick in the hand and still sitting down, again, draining this, keeping this arm up, all this stagnant energy. And that's a lot of us. So even just having the stick across the back, boom, that is some of the magic of it. I'd like to say it's all about, Zenhaling and stick flexibility, and it is a lot of it, but really the stick is such a great Swiss Army tool for your health. I believe so much in it, and it's helped me so much. I'm 53. I've had over a dozen surgeries. I've had major stomach surgery. I'm on no medications at all except for some CBD oil for just performance, and I feel great. So anyway, I can only tell you my experience and some of the experience of some of my clients. And that said, I really hope to see you at a future stick flexibility training. So again, if you are in Pennsylvania, we'll also be coming to New York and California and Colorado. But if you're a chiropractor, a personal trainer, Pilates teacher, Reiki, body worker, masseuse, PT, a lot of PT, a lot of inquiries from PT right now. And again, a lot of this is really the formula and working the formula to get the magic. So again, some of the training, this was a little bit of highlights here with Yogi Meg, instructor Yogi Meg from Pennsylvania. So Meg is incredible, has a great amount of experience. So anybody in Pennsylvania should really do a lesson with her. Now, did you see that? That was cool. So this was done at Castle Bam Margera's place in Westchester. It's kind of where we're doing training here. You saw one of the guys skateboarding, photobombing us. Here, this is just really at the end of training, doing a little warrior balance pose, having some fun. But when we were in training, Meg really had to kind of not only study the training manual, and she's a yogi, so Meg's a yoga teacher, but even
how you're doing that, like reaching
somebody
one arm
that has
up
experience, she just taught 53 people
keep on
this
doing that
day
side to
of
side
training. But for her, it's a great tool to, again, put her body back together.
A little slower,
real hard for others. Nice. She can give herself some self-love on this, and she'll now be at her yoga classes in front of those 53 people, and I'm sure some of them will be doing private lessons with her with the stick. So she'll be able to take this and her game to the next level. So I want you to see that this is possible for you too. Again, another highlight from stick flexibility training. Yeah, good. You can hear Meg.
That looks really good.
Sharing her experience.
Now continue to hold on with your left hand like that, and then drop your right arm down all the way, almost like you're touching, and doing like a twist.
So I'll get into a little bit deeper. But the stick
now
is cool.
Start to reach that right hand for the middle part of where the logo is. And
Also,
good.
Torquing
awesome.
2 sticks. But you're learning how to kind of work inside all different environments. The stick doesn't just have to be in the ground. It could be in the tree as well. So, I'm using it in all different. You can really get very creative with the stick. Again, also some of the stuff with stick flexibility is releasing internal pressure. So some of that is done with us with one of the ways and one of the breathing techniques of doing that is chanting Om. So this is just an example of me chanting Om, clearing, staying on top of releasing internal pressure. So this is a great exercise for people that speak, or if you're a public speaker or a coach, somebody who's inspiring, or somebody who sings. I just dealt with somebody who's a drama student, and I got a good compliment. They said I'm legit, so that's good. College student, but what's important for them is to tune and tone where their heart is when they're performing. So to kind of tune that, and this is, people that do chakra work, that's what it is. It's, this is a mantra is a repeatable sound, but it's also a healing sound current. So Om in particular helps to tune and clear out this whole throat chakra. So everything from the chest to the chin and through it. So for somebody there, it just could help to really tune. So when you're out there leading people, it just might be a little bit more convincing and believable. Or if you're delivering lines, it might just be a little bit more believable. Or if you're actually then singing and, if you're doing it the right way, it's doing two things. It's actually working on your capacity, so breathing diaphragmatically and properly to then use the full capacity. So a lot of that, even chanting Om, it's, you can basically do two breaths in a minute if you're chanting Om, because you're really just concentrating on the exhale and extending the duration of the exhale. So try that. Try that when you're in your space. Lay on the duration of Om. Here I'm just kind of going through the tonal chakra scale. The Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, and Om. So you do them in succession, and it gets you from the Ruta to the Tuta. From the root all the way up to the crown. And, you don't have to get all deep in that. So you could be like, man, what are you talking about, Mr. Stick Flexibility, dude? You getting all deep on me? Nah, not really. But for a lot of these people, a lot of people out there, this technology works. And for myself, I got to tell you, the technology works. So anyway, a lot of this is things that you may know already. And again, I'm just encouraging you to add this to your arsenal, so you can be the best personal trainer or massage therapist or whatever vocation you're in right now. You can just be the best, the most memorable. It's not going to be about what you get. It's going to be about how you impacted people and how you made them feel. So thanks for listening, guys. Go on to Zenhaling.com or go on to Stick Flexibility and check out more. Please sign up for training. We've got another one here in February coming up and March in Pennsylvania. For serious people, I'm even looking into doing some sort of online. So if you're interested, go on Instagram or go on the website and shoot me an email or give me a call, and we'll talk about it and discuss it. So anyway, I'm going to end here a little bit just with a couple tips. You'll see some little bit of training from the last week or two. This one here is actually the day before training, just working on some yin and yang breathing techniques and what the difference is. So I'll end on this, guys. You guys have a great day. Breathe well. Stay flexible.
So where you're really being aggressive, where you have to use that energy, that's the yang. And then the smoothness in between, that's all the yin. So I'm going to match the breathing, the yang with an expulsion. So I'll do audible expulsions so you can see what I'm doing. Do it at the nasal passage. See the snot? Sa! Do a little sound. Whooshes. Sound. Ha! Yeah. And then I'm inhaling in between. And you're getting enough anyway. Most times we're actually over inhaling. So we just concentrate like a boxer does on the That's why a boxer, has that endurance. They don't overbreathe. So they know how to breathe, and they're trained enough where then they're just intuitively, just like yoga, skull shining breath, rapid diaphragmatic expulsions at the nasal passage. And this shows up a lot in Kundalini yoga and a lot of other different drills you might see just in athletics or in Zen. So try some of these expulsion breaths with the breathing roll call. You guys breathe well, stay flexible. Hey, what's up, guys?